What's up, fight fans? We are back on the Basement Breakdown, and we're back to numbered events. I'm joined by Harrison. It's Tuesday night. The Contender Series is going on, and I'm fucking excited for these fights. It's a big card, big main event. The UFC knows what they're doing, and they're drawing attention with some pretty nice matchups on the prelims. And we've been kind of killing it on the predictions recently. Definitely been hitting our parlays, and
that's right.
We've
been having some success here. This is a good card. I know a lot of people are kind of crapping on the card, acting like it's the worst card we've ever gotten. It looks weak this year because, I'll be honest, they've been on a hell of a run.
Yeah.
First half of 2026, so it does look weak in comparison to the other pay-per-views we've gotten. But we've been spoiled. White House card, McGregor return, which was good up until the actual return. And this card is not that bad at all. We have some decent matchups on the prelims, and the main event carries hard. It's a big fight, perhaps one of the biggest of the year.
I agree. I think this could solidify either Islam as, one of the GOATs in my opinion. I think this is a crazy win if he does get it. And for Ian Garry, I mean, as much as everybody hates him, including myself, it'd be very interesting to see what he does once he gets a title. And he's definitely got some fights for him.
There's some exciting fights if Ian Garry wins the title.
So let's get into it. Shit.
First fight on the card, opening up the prelims. We've got Jeremiah Wells taking on the return of Orolbai. Orolbai is a heavy -600 favorite, and Jeremiah Wells is a +410 underdog. It's a solid fight, but I think Wells is going to be a little overmatched here. What do you think?
I mean, like, you're putting a guy who's 1-2 against Orolbai, a guy who's like just been on the rise since losing to Mateusz Rebecki in a war. Like, it's kind of a fight that in a way makes no sense. Like, what can I say? Jeremiah Wells has a win against Themba Gorimbo in a pretty nothing fight, and that's his one of, that's his win.
Yeah, that's what he's coming off of.
And, Themba Gorimbo's just basically called it quits. Jeremiah Wells, what can I say about him? The best thing I could say about him is he's strong. He is very strong.
Dangerous power. If he does catch you, he can put out a lot of guys in the UFC. The problem is that he's really poor. His striking isn't very technical. It's really chaotic. He throws a lot of loopy kind of punches that don't really always land. He also has a bit of a wrestling background, but I just don't think that's going to really play too much of a factor here, not against a guy like Orolbai. You easily got to give Orolbai the edge when it comes to the wrestling and the grappling. It's kind of a nightmare matchup for Wells.
The only thing I will say about that is that because of his wrestling and stuff, I do think that we could find ourselves on the watching a decision take place. I think Orolbai can just control him for 3 rounds.
I would agree.
And it just that'll kind of happen. I don't necessarily know if he's gonna TKO him or just knock him out. But I just think he's gonna control him for 3 rounds.
I agree. I think -600 is a very fair price in this fight. Opened at about -500, so it's moved up a bit.
I don't think Jeremiah Wells will be in the UFC after this.
I think he's going to be very outmatched here against Orolbai. The wrestling exchanges will strongly favor Miktabek. I think he's just the more dominant fighter, honestly, wherever it goes.
It's just he has nothing for him, and I don't understand why they made this fight. It's not the evolution of things. You do not go from beating, I don't know why they're making him fight down. But it's
you almost hear rumors sometimes on Twitter of Orolbai.
I feel like
them
nobody
struggling
wants to
find matchups.
I feel
exactly.
I do feel like that's definitely a reality of the situation. But and what they can do in this situation is you put him against the dude who people kind of know at the beginning of a card. We have seen way worse fights start early prelims.
100%.
So
100%.
This will drag the audience in. I feel also too. So from a business standpoint, it's a good move.
Yeah.
You could see this card. This could be a main card fight.
Could be.
We fucking have
Apex Fight Night, main card, you never know. And this next fight, it's not bad either.
Yeah.
We've got Neil Magny taking on Ramiz Brahimaj and Magny. This is dead even, coin flip -110 each. This is another interesting fight. Magny, he kind of finds ways to win. He can survive difficult spots, really scrappy fighter.
This fight really favors him, I feel. Also,
he's a long, rangy striker. He uses his range well. He controls the distance well. Brahimaj, I think, is basically going to look to try and sub him in round 1. When he does win fights, his last 2 wins, both by sub, Billy Ray Golf and Austin Vanderford, and then we saw him lose to Punel Soriano last time out in a decision.
Like, we Billy Ray Golf is like, we just also saw him lose last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, the other two...
It's not high-level competition, that's for sure.
I mean, Neil Magny has lost to top competition. He's lost to Carlos Prates, Michael Morales by like KO. Like comebacks, beat who is it? Jake Matthews.
Yeah, Jake Matthews.
And then same thing with Mike Malott. Like, I think Neil Magny definitely is a good pick here, and I just think it's a bad matchup for Ramiz Brahimaj. I could see a decision. Honestly, I don't necessarily see a submission from Magny, but like, I think Brahimaj could gas himself early and
100%.
Like,
we saw that in his last fight.
Dude, like Punel Soriano, like Neil Magny, like I don't know, like I think there's some good value on Neil Magny to win here. This is definitely a matchup where they've considered him. You know, I don't know. Like sometimes.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. We've seen Magny, like I said earlier, he's scrappy. I think Ramiz is gonna look to push the pace early, but he gasses. That's the big problem. And so if Magny can survive that first round,
he's shit competition.
He's gonna be able to just keep him at range, I think, and kind of pick him apart. And Neil Magny's not a slouch on the ground either. We've seen him sub guys. He's competent if the fight goes there.
Hell yeah. I think it's a classic Neil Magny win.
I think this is a good spot to pick Neil Magny. And we move up the card. This fight, not as good. Light heavyweight division. We've got Rafael Tobias taking on Lucas Fernando.
Well, I mean, Lucas Fernando is making his debut.
Mm-hmm. Only debut on the card.
Only debut on the card. His opponent is definitely a big power striker. He's got, 2 fights in the UFC right now?
Yep. Win and a loss.
Yeah. Dizzy DR Nurgaze, which was a bit of a blob fest in that fight. It kind of went to a decision. Not super impressive, but, we just watched DR Nurgaze take out Lopez this past week, so, I mean, I guess it kind of ages decently. His opponent, Fernandes is... Fernando, sorry, not Fernandes.
Fernando, long, rangy striker, 81.5-inch reach, and he uses it well. He has good head movement, I think, when I was looking back at some of his earlier fights. Decent striking. He mixes up, a lot of volume. He kind of pushes the pace, keeps coming forward, and he'll mix in body shots. He'll mix in some, spinning kicks, elbows from different angles. He likes to get a little flashy with it. And he's shown he can wrestle, but I don't think that's what he's going to primarily look to really do.
I think not in this fight. I think there's a reason why they made this fight, and I definitely see somebody going out. Fernando should get it done, and it should be...
I think he will with the range, and I think his striking is a lot crisper. Tobias, I don't think his striking is nearly on the same level. He's a little stiff. He's a bit wild, and he's kind of stiff sometimes in the way he moves. And it's tough. It's tough. He has okay defense. He covers up and he keeps his chin tucked. He's not super hittable. But again, like I said, Fernando's going to come with the pressure, and I think as that just builds up, he's going to be able to do a lot.
Yeah, you can't plod forward versus Fernando. I think it's going to be really bad.
To just get the odds down here, Fernando is a -200 favorite.
Yeah, I see it.
Tobias +175.
2-1 odds is probably where you want it, because there is still questions to be answered on the side of Fernando, but I think this will answer a lot of those questions, and he's definitely a guy who will have some fun matchups in the future in the UFC.
I agree. All right, Fernando, and we move up. Another couple in recognizable names here. We've got Vicente Luque taking on Tresean Gore. Gore is the slight -135 favorite. Vicente Luque is the +110 underdog.
I've got to go with Tresean Gore in this fight. I know when you look at the record, 7-4, it's just Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think he actually has a lot of skill. He's a pretty solid wrestler. He has some power. I think where like things get shaky for him is the fight IQ. There's a lot of fights where
he does nothing.
He's wrestling a little too much when he probably should be trying to strike, or he's trying to strike when it's like, okay, try and mix in some takedowns, some control, see what happens there. He just never seems to put it all together.
Look at that Rodolfo Vieira fight.
Other than his last fight out.
Yeah. Like his Rodolfo Vieira fight, like he literally does nothing on the feet. Like they talk about the inactivity the entire time while like 3 rounds take place. Like he has a problem with fight IQ. But at this point with Vicente Luque in his career, where he's beating guys like Themba Gorimbo, like, and by sub, and then after that, before that, he kind of like shelled up against Joaquin Buckley and kind of froze. Like, he's take a lot of damage at a young age against Jeff Neal, had that brain bleed, came back. He's beat Kelvin Gastelum last time out, who's just, inconsistent, definitely in the twilight of his career, about to get tossed up by Yusri Belgouri. I don't really know what I can say about this matchup.
No, I think he's obviously clearly sort of on the decline in his career. He still does have that submission ability, but he's kind of relying on the finish. And obviously Tresean Gore, we mentioned his IQ, he could run into something, but I think he's just going to be the better fitter in this one.
I think if
faster,
they look
stronger,
to strike,
younger guy.
They look to strike, like, and I think the fight will take place. I think Vicente Luque, sorry to trip on my words, will get hurt on the feet, throughout the first round, and I think that honestly he'll probably get finished, if not like late in the first, like in the second round. I think Tresean Gore will get him out of there. I think it's good value, and I don't think it's impossible for Vicente to find the sub. I just definitely am not going to rely on that.
I agree. I don't like when guys get older and they start relying on finishes. They start relying on their power. They rely on the submissions. But look, you still got to get the guy to the ground. You still got to catch him. I think it's going to be tough against Tresean. Next fight on the card, go back to the middleweight division. We've got Dante Johnson taking on Eric McConico. McConico, plus 185 underdog. Dante Johnson is the minus 235 favorite.
I know some people are taking Eric McConico, and they will kind of give the reasoning for it, but they can also use the same reasoning for Dante Johnson. What I mean by that is a lot of people reference their Cody Brundage fight.
Neither guy really looked that great against Cody Brundage.
No,
even though they both got the win.
I think Eric McConico, I remember watching that fight, lost against Cody Brundage. Watching it live, I was like, oof, that's not a great decision. Now
not
against
the best
Dante
look.
Johnson, I thought he lost in a close fight where I was like, oh. At moments when I thought he could, when he was getting taken down and stuff, still very close fight. I think Dante Johnson's going to win this fight.
I think he wins too. I think he's going to be pushing the pace a lot more. McConico's very patient in the way he looks for his takedowns, kind of waits for the right opportunity to shoot. And when he does get it to the ground, he can definitely finish you. He has really smooth transitions when he's hunting those submissions, but I think he's going to be a little too patient. Dante Johnson's just such a big dude and so really overwhelm you on the feet. He throws a ton of volume. He's really twitchy, athletic, one of those really fast athletes. And his wrestling is pretty competent as well.
Is he a former football player too, Dante Johnson? Or am I just
I don't think so.
No.
But I wouldn't, he looks like he could be. Very big looking, brick kind of guy.
I think with him, it's he doesn't have, he has Cedricus Dumas and then, obviously, who we were just talking about, Cody Brundage, as wins in the UFC. That's it, right?
Yeah. SD and
so you have to kind of
Brundage.
compare the two's Cody Brundage fight, and I feel that honestly Eric McConico lost his. I mean, obviously Dante Johnson, you could argue maybe could have lost his Cody Brundage fight. It was very close. I think you were saying I also think he could potentially find the finish, but I feel it's probably going to be a decision. I feel
I think he overwhelms them.
Styles will be will result in a decision.
The striking volume will be a little too much for McConico to handle, I think.
Yeah.
Dante Johnson to stay undefeated.
Yeah, 3-0 in the UFC. Pretty stinky opponents, but McConico is definitely the best customer to date. So, yeah.
All right,
I don't know how far he'll go. We'll see.
We'll see. Might not have the highest ceiling. We go up the card. We've got Jalen Turner making his return to take on Kai Fernandes. Turner is a minus 170 favorite, and Fernandes the slight plus 140 underdog.
It's a tough fight,
Another interesting fight here.
Oh, it's so
The thing I like about Jalen Turner and his boxing is that he keeps his range really, really well. He controls the distance well. You see a lot of guys sometimes with these like reach advantages and they just don't use it properly in a fight. But I think Jalen Turner is the kind of guy that does use that really well. And then he also has a bit of a submission game. Like 3 of his last 6 wins are subs. So he's proficient if it goes there. Yeah, but I think he can just keep Fernandes away from him. I like the way he uses his reach advantage.
I hope that Fernandes won't have Jalen Turner questioning retirement like in the second round of this fight. It's very hard. It's very hard. I worry about Jalen Turner. Like obviously his last fight was against Edson Barboza, who's also on this card, and he beat the shit out of him. But Edson Barboza's in the absolute twilight of his career. This guy.
We'll get to that. Fernandes does have power, so I am a little wary of Turner. Fernandes likes to, bounce around on the outside. He enters the pocket really cleanly.
Would you go to his record for a second?
And he can catch you.
Yeah, the
3
one
straight
fight
wins
where he
in the
loses
UFC.
with Mark Diakese is a very weird fight, honestly.
Muhammad Yahya Garam.
And then most recently, it was Harry fucking Hardwick, who's ass.
Who he whooped.
Obviously.
Whooped him bad. Hardwick had so much hype coming into that one as well. And it was just, he had nothing.
I'm definitely worried for the side of Jalen Turner. I feel like I'm inclined to go with him, but this is a fight where I'll put a little caution thing above it because I do very much think that, as I said, Cal Fernandes can have Jalen Turner.
I want to go with Turner as well. I think the range is going to be the determining factor. I think this one will primarily take place on the feet, and Kai Fernandes is going to look to bounce around, enter the pocket. I just think Turner's going to be able to use the reach well enough. But, he can always get caught, but I think I want to go Jalen Turner in this one.
Okay. I'll go with it, too. It'll be a tit for tat. Probably a decision, honestly. Maybe you can find the TKO, but we'll see. It's a tough pick.
It is tough. Doesn't get any easier.
Oh, shit.
Maybe it does.
Yeah, whatever.
We've
got too much time in this next fight.
We've got Njokuani taking on Joel Alvarez.
Short notice.
Somewhat of a short notice fight. Alvarez, he has been in Islam's training camp.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
I've
seen all the footage. He looks great.
Yeah, he's minus 225 favorite.
Good value.
Njokuani is plus 190.
It's perfect value, guys. Chitty, I obviously like him. This is at 170. I like him. He's a little too fucking small for 185. Kind of kills himself a little at 170. He had a good kind of start in the UFC, nice little run. He's always a tough out, but bro, he's not beating Joe Alvarez.
No, he is a very tough out. I like his striking. I think it's really slick. I think if he keeps it standing, there could be a competitive path to this fight.
I think he gets finished.
But I think he gets finished, man. Joel Alvarez, the grappling is just miles ahead of where Chitty's at.
Last time, right?
Exactly, yes.
Come on, that's not even what's gonna happen. This is the complete opposite of what happened in this fight.
It's a good stylistic matchup, I think, for Alvarez.
Unless he feels bad for him and decides not to finish him like he did with Vicente Luque. I think he just gets him out of there.
I think he does as well.
Be good for a little bit, a little tit for tat action, but
but I think eventually he's just gonna get him up against the fence, really hold him there. Land those little shots in the clinch. He'll get him down eventually, and it's just gonna be wraps.
Yeah.
All right, we move on up. Yeah. What we were talking about a couple fights earlier, Edson Barboza taking on Esteban Ribovics to open up the main card. Ribovics is a heavy minus 400 favorite. Barboza plus 315 underdog. And I've been a Barboza fan since very early. We all have, man. He's such a clean striker. Was super exciting fighter to watch back in the day. He had a lot of fast, fluid movement in his prime. And he didn't really initiate a ton of takedowns or a lot of grappling, but he did have some subs in his career. He's a really competent, well-rounded guy. All that being said, he's 40 years old.
He's not been it's like the absolute twilight of his career. He really hasn't been we're not gonna see a knee from him that wins him a fight.
3 straight losses: Lerone Murphy, Drakkar Klose, Jalen Turner. I respect him. He's still hanging in there, taking good fights, fighting tough dudes, but he's just not the guy he was in his prime. It's not even close. He's going to be slower. He doesn't move the same way he did. The striking isn't nearly as fluid as it once was. This is just such a tough ask at this point in his career.
If he makes it past the first round, it's a moral win for him.
I agree.
100%. I think this is a bad fight. Esteban Ribovics, obviously is shown to have problems with, getting taken down. They put him against Mateusz Gamrot.
But that's not going to be this fight, I don't think. Barboza isn't going to be shooting those takedowns.
He's going to get knocked out immediately.
Ribovics is going to be able to sit back there, be patient. He's going to pick his shots like he kind of always does. He can shoot a clean double leg and take you down too if he wants. He's just going to be the faster, younger, better fighter. Those strikes are going to be short, accurate, and powerful in the pocket. I could see him catching Barboza.
I think 1,000% he knocks him out. He could even blitz him at the beginning. You just see it, and then that's the career.
Just comes. It's sad.
But
man.
That's where Barboza's at, and a guy like Esteban Ribovics, 100%, 100%.
It's a 10-year age gap in this fight.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, Argentinian win. Move up the card.
We move up.
First round TK.
We've got a really exciting young wrestling prospect here. Mansour Abdul-Malik taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. Malik, heavy minus 550 favorite. That makes a lot of sense. It might be a little much.
It's a little much. After, looking incompetent against obviously a great kickboxer and Yusri Belgouri, but
Stoltzfus
is not going to win this fight. He's not going to win this fight. But
no, it's a good matchup for Malik. Great matchup.
Yeah, it should favor him every which way.
Great BJJ, really super clean takedowns, D1 wrestler, and
which is gonna completely be the game this time. He's gonna ground and pound.
He's gonna take him down. He loves to throw those elbows.
Yeah,
he's gonna land elbows from the top. He's super explosive. He's just gonna shoot, get him down right away. I don't think Dustin's gonna be ready for it. Dustin mainly loves to strike inside the pocket, and that's just not what this fight is going to be.
No, especially after his last fight against Yusri. He just wants to get, I assume he'll just want to finish this as soon as possible.
100%, I agree with that.
If there's a prop, you go for a first round finish. I don't think it'll be, I genuinely think it'll be ground and pound. Double leg, it'll be some...
Some elbows. Elbows raining down. Stoltzfus might get busted up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good fight for Malik. It's gonna be bad, Dustin. We're both named Dustin. Okay, we move up. Feature fight on the card.
Some of these are easy matchups.
Yeah, we've got Charles Johnson, who's a plus 280 underdog, taking on Jose Ochoa, who's a pretty exciting young prospect, in my opinion, minus 355 favorite. And that brings us
to the main card.
To the co-main.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought we were just. Sorry, I didn't think this was a fight night.
Our first title fight on the card, women's strawweight division. We've got the champ Mackenzie Dern, who's a minus 235 favorite, defending her belt against Jillian Robertson, who's a plus 190 underdog.
Yeah, I mean...
This is a fight. It's a fight. Certainly. It's a title fight.
I feel like Jillian Robertson...
it's a similar stylistic matchup.
Yeah, I feel like
the two of them.
She's been very confident as far as the media week, or it's just started, but the media that she's done, she's been very confident since this fight got announced. She's been telling the people what she plans to do. I think she is a worse striker than Mackenzie Dern. I'm very confident in Mackenzie Dern winning this fight. Now, there's a couple of the big YouTubers. Actually, no, there's one YouTuber who I watch who's going with Jillian Robertson, and I don't really like the pick of a third-round TKO for her. I don't think she's going to be able to ground and pound her way against Mackenzie Dern to a title, but...
No, and I think that's what she's going to look to try to do. Super wrestling heavy style game plan. She's going to try and, get that top control and just land ground and pound from the top. She's really, really aggressive, but the problem is when you do that, that plays into Dern's BJJ background. It opens you up to subs when you're just trying to land ground and pound like that heavy from the top.
In her striking, man, I've watched it back. Like, it's shit. She's striking with girls on the feet. Like, Luana, let me go to her. Luana Pinheiro, where like she's like taking her down and she's getting like it was a split decision, I believe, or unanimous, whatever. Yeah. But you go to the stats in the fight, like some of these girls are like not great. She's getting outstruck by them.
It's not even a discussion. Mackenzie Dern has the advantage on the feet, 100%.
Yeah, I think she's way tougher. I think she's
very tough.
Way better competition. Like she's beat Verna, who's shown that she can still like fight at an elite level. Like I think.
And she's used to these 5-round fights, man. She has the cardio for it. She can go.
I think I'm very confident in taking her. I was second guessing myself a little bit, but like I do think Mackenzie Dern can finish this fight, win it by decision. I'll go with her by a hard fought, maybe like UUD.
I think it's going to be sort of similar to her last fight against Verna Jandiroba.
Yeah.
Where it's just the kind of style that Jillian's bringing is just going to play into Mackenzie Dern's game plan very, very well.
I agree. Oh, shit. Now we get to the main event, man.
We move up. The main event of the evening. It's a massive one.
Massively huge.
We all know what both of these guys are about. We've got Islam Makhachev taking on Ian Machado Garry. Makhachev, the minus 340 favorite. Ian Garry is the plus 270 underdog. Ian Garry's coming off a win against Bilal Muhammad last time out. Islam's coming off of that win against JDM that saw him get the title. This is a massive fight to me. I don't think a lot of people fully realize how good Ian Garry is and how good his resume is at welterweight, and what a win like this would do for Islam's legacy. I think this would be a huge, huge win.
Yeah, I think it propels him into like that real GOAT category.
It does. If he can shut down Ian Garry,
then he's...
We might have to have some conversations
I'm going to be honest with you, like, I cannot see him just shutting him down.
No. It's going to be a really good fight, and I think especially early on, Ian Garry's going to have a lot of moments, especially on the feet, in the striking exchanges. Garry has really strong takedown defense, and his footwork is really, really good too. He's going to stay on the outside. He's going to bounce around. He's going to circle around the octagon. It's going to be tough to catch him and just get him to the ground. That's going to be a challenge in and of itself.
That's the thing. Like, when you look at, like, fights like with JDM, what Islam was able to do to him, you've seen guys like Basil Hafez take JDM down multiple times. They had a very close fight. Even guys like Bilal Muhammad in their fight were able to get to JDM's hips. Now, JDM was able to get up very well, and there was that, which why he was...
But he couldn't even touch Ian.
But the thing is with Ian is you're not getting to his hips. It's very hard because of the way that he sticks and moves.
He uses, when you get him up against the cage too, he uses the cage well. He turns his hips away from you. You know, he'll push the head, man. He's not just trying to do like all these little pitter-patter shots, like trying to prevent you from getting the takedown. Like he's in there. He's gonna push you away from him. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy.
Like Harrison was saying, like this is a really good fight. Both of these guys are really, really good, and I'm sure like all you, the MMA fans know that. Like
we all like these are not unknown guys. No, everyone knows what these guys are about.
It's just pound for pound versus a dude like.
Who's very much the number one contender
Absolutely.
In the welterweight division. Like, it's not even a question.
Short notice fights against really tough guys. Beat Carlos Praches on short notice. Like, the thing is with me is, like, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this fight. But, like, if I'm going to pick Islam for me, I'm really, like, uncomfortable with it. And I'm going against my gut. Which is, I could just be 100% wrong. Islam has routes to victory through decision, through submission. I think that like these things are very like possible to happen, and honestly, decent props if you guys want to bet that. I'm sure I'll see that, but fuck me, man. Like I'm very worried for Islam. I think this is a very like unprecedented matchup from him. He struggled with guys like Volk, keeping him down. Striking with him on the feet.
Exactly.
Guys like Dustin Poirier went into the 5th round with him.
Went to war with Poirier, man.
He's striking with guys like
he's competent, but he's not elite, not an elite level striker. It's gonna be tough against Ian Garry, man. Especially when Ian Garry has the 4.5-inch reach advantage on him. Ian Garry uses his height, his reach well to keep you away from him. Really rangy. He's gonna circle around, man. It's gonna be hard to catch him.
If it stays striking, Ian Garry 1,000% wins because that's not Islam's game. But the thing is how will Ian Garry's takedown defense look against a guy like Islam?
How's the grappling gonna look? I'm sure it's improved a bit since he started training at Shoot Box.
Yeah. Also, was Shavkat short notice as well?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember far back. Is it worth a little Google search?
We'll check later. I'll throw it up in the video.
I know that Islam Makhachev is much better at taking people down than Shavkat Rakhmonov, and he has a different type of like what he chooses to do when he takes you down is very different than what Shavkat chooses to do. But I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, and I think it's very fun for me to take Ian Garry by decision in this matchup. And it's honestly, like, as a person, like, I think we all despise the dude, his remarks on things, just his personality. It's just like...
Sorry, to say, that Shavkat fight was short notice.
So I was right, another short notice fight. Like, I say, like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, that this is Ian Garry with a full camp. He hasn't been saying that much shit, really. He's kind of been deleting a lot of social media.
I think he's been focused. He's been working.
I think this is going to be a really hard-fought 5-round war between these two guys where you really see two guys at the top of their game and, like, their styles are going to meet each other in the octagon, and we're just going to have to fucking see what happens. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm taking Ian Garry by decision.
Yeah, I think a lot of the fight is going to hinge on whether Islam can secure the takedowns, how many takedowns he can secure. If he has his way early on, I think it might look bad for Ian Garry for 5 rounds. I don't see that happening. I think Ian Garry's going to have a lot of success on the feet early. I think there's going to be moments where he makes Islam look a little silly and people might have some questions. But I just think Islam's wrestling, his control, I think he's super strong. I think it's just on another level, not just against Ian Garry, but against everyone in the UFC, to be honest. And I think as the fight goes down the stretch, I trust in Islam to be able to find a way. 4th, 5th round, I think he will find a way to get that top position and control Ian, essentially. I don't think it's going to be the most exciting fight down the stretch. I think there'll be moments early. I think late, though, Ian's going to do a lot of what he kind of did against JDM. He's going to take you down. I think he's going to do just enough.
Islam's going to do what he did.
Sorry, yeah, Islam. This is what he did against JDM. He's going to take you down. And I think he's going to do enough down the stretch, have enough control time, win enough minutes to eke out a decision win.
I could see, like, exactly what you're saying. The decision for Islam, what happens, I think he loses the earlier rounds. It builds as the fight goes forward, and then that's just kind of his path to victory. Or he grabs the sub. Or, honestly, I think Ian Garry through 5 just looks a step ahead. Like, if Islam is not able to get to the takedowns and this takes place on the feet, then it's fucking wraps. But 25% of people are betting on Ian Garry. Like, this is not.
I think there's good value on Ian Garry.
I know. I'm good. I don't know. If
betting wise, I don't know if you're gonna throw, but I mean, even if you're taking Islam, minus 340 on Islam is probably the best price you're ever gonna see on him.
Yeah, if you take him by like a sub potentially, like that might be decent odds, or like him by decision might be something to add to like your parlay if you have a nice like other 3 things you have on there. I'm sure there'll be maybe a boost for most things for 330, so hopefully there's that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be worried up until the main event on Saturday. I'm incredibly excited
to see this one play out. I think early on, first couple rounds are gonna be super exciting.
All right, guys. We'll get the video out. I don't know how we did on the Contender Series, but I think we went like 4 for 5. We'll be posting pics for that. We've got some more Championship 1 predictions. Haha. And, yeah. We'll see you next time.
The people want the 1 picks.
Yes, they do.